Hello, hello, beautiful, amazing people. This is Megan here with Core3 Harmony Wellness Services. I am so excited to be with you today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much once again for chiming in today. Yesterday, I had something come up and I was really late to the live stream, so I apologize. I will check several different calendars. I got different calendars and I need to make sure they're all synced up so that one calendar had nothing on it, which was what I was going off of, and the other calendar popped up something. I was like, oh no. So once again, I appreciate you. Here at Core3 Harmony Wellness Services, we offer services in 3 areas. That is music therapy, coaching, and counseling. And if you need services from us or you're interested in how and in what way our services can benefit you, please call, email, text, schedule a consultation so that we can talk more and learn more about how we can come alongside you and provide you some support. For today, I'm so excited to discuss and talk about the book review for today. Before I get into all of that, first, I appreciate every subscriber. I thank you so very much for continuing to stick with me. Even through the down times, you are greatly appreciated. For any of you that's watching, and I'd appreciate if you would subscribe. My goal is to go live every week. Primarily every Tuesday at noon Pacific Standard Time, and to do a monthly book review, which we're kicking off today. I'm going to the best of my ability try to schedule those reviews on Thursday, noon Pacific Standard Time, and we learn and we continue to thrive and step into flourishing through our knowledge and wisdom that we gain from other people, from their experiences, as well as just from continuing to step into what I call the leveling up into a growth mindset. So I know there's a lot of information out there. It can be very overwhelming. At least I'm speaking for myself specifically. I can get really overwhelmed with all the information. And I hope to bring forward stuff that I truly do believe is worth your time, your effort, and your energy into reading, into diving into listening to. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to pull up here to make sure. Oh, I thought it was there. One moment. I pull in here to make sure that I can be seen and heard. There's nothing worse. I've watched people before. There's nothing worse than chiming in to someone that's gone live and there's some issues where you cannot either hear or see them very well. So, sounds like you can. Let me turn the back feed down. Okay, that's very good. I'm glad I did that. That's a reminder. I can't see it here, but I'm trying to monitor on other devices. If you are here and watching definitely live, this is something I hope to do for sure in the future. For the first 3 people that chime in the chat room, I would love to be able to offer you the book that's being reviewed as a gift. We'll figure out the best way to get that to you. But yeah, if you are here and definitely tuning in to me live, I'd love to be able to offer you a copy of the book that's being reviewed. So where do I start? I did a book review a while back on Dr. LePera's first book called How to Do the Work. Absolutely a wonderful resource. And prior to her writing that book, I was using as I was using her future self journal prompts with my clients. And for those that actually connected with it, I saw it do some amazing benefits for them in setting a healthy pattern and a routine in their day. And then when, of course, everything surrounding her work started to really grow and just expand like crazy, with the book, I was so excited. I was one of those folks to pre-order and all that good stuff. And the minute I got a copy in my hands, it was hard to put it down. I really found myself wrapped up and engrossed in it quickly and right away. Could resonate on a personal and professional level with how she laid everything out in regards to doing the work to improve in one's mental health and well-being in a variety of areas. So with that, now that book, How to Do the Work, please peruse through the channel. I'm not on top of it and as savvy as I should be. I'm working on getting better to have included the link to the review I did, but peruse through the channel and find the review I did. The How to Do the Work book itself actually did have some exercises in it at the end of each chapter, and I found those to be great, that I use them for myself personally, and I prompted and recommended clients I work with to use those as well. So for today, I was thinking to myself, you know, in her How to Do the Work book, Dr. LePera's How to Do the Workbook, I was thinking, you know what? I wonder what a workbook will look like for this book. And I thought to myself, actually, she's in a way has included a workbook in with the book because she includes exercises to do at the end of each chapter. So I was thinking, maybe a workbook isn't necessary. Little did I know, of course, that behind the scenes, which why would I know? I don't know Dr. LePera personally or anything. She was indeed working on a workbook, and I don't consider it something completely separate from her first book. I look at it as a companion. So here it is. So exciting because when I'm working with folks, many times I am tailoring my approach and my interaction with them. I'm tailoring it specifically to them to personalize it. And though in the therapy world, we have different approaches that we can utilize and work with, and different skill sets and tools. Guiding a person to one, find what is going to be workable and doable for them, and what they're going to be attracted to, and how to really actively apply what's being utilized as far as the approach, how to apply it to their life. And I'm always seeking an outline, a guide. And I believe the way that Dr. LePera writes and the quality and level of her work, it is beautifully done. So for today, I want to highlight some main points in the book, and also share some personal notes or some things that really hit me that really stood out in the work. Okay, so this is a workbook to guide one to discover and come to understand their authentic, true, genuine self. It is a self-identity discovery workbook. And for many people, I believe we do throughout our lives, not just one moment it happens, but I feel and believe we do throughout our lives, a shedding. And I think of, as much as I'm don't necessarily like them so much, I know they have their purpose. I think of a snake shedding its skin. And I view that as far as us shedding parts of ourselves that are not authentic and true and genuine to who we are. But it's other entities, and I want to say, the word disguise comes up. There are these masks and disguises we'll put on and we'll step into, and roles that we need for a specific time, purpose, place, and event in our life. And for many of us, the true identity of who we are, of what we want, what we desire, what we seek after, can really get bogged down, hidden, amongst all of the other things that can come in place in life. So this is an amazing workbook. I've already provided a few copies to folks that I work with that are willing and wanting to level up and dive into addressing and discovering their identity, wanting to know who they really are, and unpack kind of all of the traumas and the experiences that have covered it up. So first and foremost, she sections off the book into 4 sections, and it's first how we meet ourselves. So the origin, like how do we get started with this? How do we do this? 2 is meeting our habit self, and unpacking all of that, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I like to call it. 3 is stepping into meeting our emotional self. And in 4, we finally step into our authentic self. So as we open each of these curtains, it's like an act 1, act 2, act 3, act 4. We start to discover and start to become aware of who, pops in my head as a musician, with a real Slim Shady, please stand up, please stand up. It's like, who is the real you? And bringing that forward, and that coming full force, complete focal point, main character, in section 4 of the book. Okay, there are beautiful illustrations throughout the book. I just want to show this really quick. I don't know if she has the artist name. I want to give acknowledgement where it is due. I see here designed by Leah Carlson Stanistic. Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong. But Leah Carlson, I believe this may be the person that did the artistry and the coloring. I just want to show this really quickly to the screen. It's beautiful, gorgeous. I love the colors. You can see that. I love the artistry. I love the work. Really nice. And one of the things about that I've noticed, especially in working with folks, and there are people who not so attracted to reading, or reading is not necessarily their forte. It's nice to have the ability to soften the eyes, to give the brain and the mind a break through the contextualizing of the layout of the book. And I applaud you, Dr. LePera, and the artist, Leah. Excuse me, I don't don't want to slaughter your last name, so I'll just address you by your first name. Leah, with the layout of the book, really nice, allowing the mind and the body to kind of move into softer places or to give it a much needed break, because this is a book that's requiring you to do work. And when you're in it or you're staying in it for a length of time, it's nice to kind of have that softness or that comfort from the colors and the layout to allow your mind and body just to transition from one topic or a place of study. So I wanted to share that. She has these beautiful places where she does lay out affirmations, and I want to show that to you as well really quickly here. I'll just show this one. This is how to meet your, I want to say probably the emotional stuff. This is just a quick snapshot of affirmations. And you can see my highlighting and my scribble scratches. I do show some of these, which is really wonderful. Many times when I'm working with clients and I'm helping them work on creating affirmations for themselves so that they can start to clean out and clear out all of the negative berating talk. Sometimes people get stuck, or their creativity is stuck, and I want to hone in more on that, because our creative aspects are huge and so beneficial and helpful in our healing process as we are coming to better health and wellness for ourselves, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Okay. All right. So let me share a little bit of my notes today. I'm mindful of your time. This is a journey towards my authentic self, and I'm just reading here from my notes. Consciousness is the basis of all transformation. Building consciousness means increasing our self-awareness. We can do so by cultivating a non-judgmental awareness of who we are right now. We can also do this by being consistent in repetition of daily practices, exercises, to help form new pathways in our brain. These practices and exercises, such as body scan, conscious movement, savoring, conscious breathing, and conscious listening, are just a few practices and exercise you can start to implement and use to help you build and develop consciousness towards greater self-awareness. Our brains can have the moments where it wants to favor what it can predict and have control over. So as you step into doing this work on how to meet yourself, you will be met with mental resistance as you implement and work on new practices and habits. Your job, the work, is to keep showing up every day. Keep showing up for yourself every day. Beliefs are nothing more than practiced thoughts grounded in our lived experiences. When we start to heal ourselves, we can start to heal the world. I tell you, with my clients I work with, I let them know when I'm referencing specific sources. So I'll let them know, I'm like, hey, in How to Meet Yourself, this is what we realize. This is what we come to understand, which is why we run into or we hit these roadblocks, right? I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's a little intro. Those are just my personal notes, and I have a few throughout the book. I will spare you the length of time, and won't go over. Whoops, got a piece of paper. Keep on it, and won't go over all of my notes. Of course, I'm just highlighting the things that really I felt important to share with you in this review. Okay, so she elaborates on how to get started and in creating a safe place for yourself to do the work, which is extremely important. So it's kind of like a pre-test, I want to say, and a post-test as you do this. And once again, as I say, it is a companion, complementary to all of the work that Dr. LePera has been doing since she started sharing her own journey and tapping that into reaching others. She starts with envisioning your future self and prompts and questions to help you with this vision of your future self. So I'm going to just share this on the screen really quick here. I actually did my own because for me, when I'm diving into a material resource, I do it for me. I want to have the experience, and for the clients, they connect better when they know, oh, my therapist is doing this, or my therapist has done this. This helps with a better connection and relation. So I wrote mine out. These are mine on how to, when I envision my future self, I wrote those out. And she has that after you develop a place and a strategy to have a place of safety, then you step into meeting yourself. I love in the beginning, it says, you are not who you think you are. In regards to our conditioning, you are not who you think you are. And that, boy, that is quite a phrase. Because this is the unpacking. This is the unpacking. We a lot of projections are placed on us from the time we're born. So this is quite a shedding process. And we will learn through this workbook what is involved unpacking these layers and to stay true and genuine to the authenticity as it is being revealed. Okay, so let me get to and the affirmations are wonderful. I'll just share some here. She has every day I'm learning more about who I actually am. I am a powerful creator of my own life experiences, and I can choose how I respond to the world around me. My life has meaning and purpose, and there are more. And these are so beautiful. These are so helpful because I find that people do get stuck. We get stuck with stepping into our creativity. We have to remove ourselves from the roboticness of life. We wake up, we shower, use the bathroom, we get something to eat, coffee, we go to work. We come home, we scroll a little bit on our phones or computers, we watch a show, we eat, we smoke something, we drink something, we go to sleep. And then we get up, and it's that repetitiveness. So with this, it causes us, it's like a pebble thrown in the water. It causes this ripple effect to occur so that we become aware of, like, this is where you've been stagnant. if this is not where you want to be, or if this is not helping you level up to your best, most highest authentic self, we've got to shake this up. We've got to allow the ripples to occur. We've got to have movement, conscious movement. So I love, and I'll show this briefly. After each section, she goes into what you're going to be learning and then what you'll be able to do afterwards. So here's an example. It says, after practicing these exercises, in this section, you'll know how to do the following. So it's a constant reminder to you of how you're leveling up and how you are developing into the discovery of your authentic self. Okay, so then there's there's Meet Your Habit Self, which really gets us to connect with the body, mind-body connection. And she goes through various ways. Now, she also has where, for those of us who are really attached to our devices, she has these QR codes. I'll show this briefly here, where you can pull up your device and scan the QR code. This particular one is a practice and exercise in expanding your range of eye motion. So she has those exercises through the book as well. And so that's just absolutely amazing, I believe. As she goes into inner child archetypes, which is really good. Especially, this is a great start for those who need to unpack the childhood era and experiences and trauma. And I know there are folks who have a difficult time remembering parts of their childhood. And I think I'm subscribed to her YouTube channel. I believe she had someone on there or a guest speaker where they talked about the challenges and the difficulties with remembering aspects of your childhood and why that happens, why that occurs. So do subscribe to her YouTube channel. She does have some guest speakers on there. So it's a really great information. Okay, I love this part. She has a section here. Let me see if I can show it. Where she goes into, and this is in the emotional self section, she goes into the shadow work. She introduces you to how to start doing the shadow work. I want to read a little bit of excerpt from Dr. LePera's book. It said, your shadow is a part of you that you have denied or repressed since childhood. What have you denied and repressed since childhood? Step into the shadow. When we are children, we get all sorts of messaging from people we love about parts of ourselves that are good and parts of ourselves that are bad. Many of us have felt validated when we heard praise from parental figures who said things like, you're such a good, polite kid for doing X, Y, and Z. Don't be X, Y, or Z. Share your toys. As you learn, when we are children, we don't have discernment about what to take personally and what not to take personally. Everything is taken literally and directly. Your shadow is the part of you that you have denied or repressed. Don't we all have that? Absolutely amazing. So she helps guide you and introduce you into doing the shadow work. The feelings of shame and guilt. She has exercises and ways to explore this and dive into it. Absolutely wonderful. She steps into limiting beliefs and different belief reframes that can be empowering to reframe your belief system. So So, and just a little bit more, I'll get towards the actual authentic self area. She shares what you'll learn here is what and who your authentic self actually is, why it's important to know your values, how boundaries can improve your relationships and our lives, and why self-compassion is key in a healthy relationship with yourself. Check this out, and then I'll draw everything to a close. She says, our authentic self is wise, accepting, compassionate, and loving. While we are all connected to our authentic self at birth, we often become disconnected over time for the many different reasons we've explored together. Many of us were conditioned to behave in certain ways through what was rewarded or accepted and what was punished or rejected by our parental figures. Uncovering your authentic self is a journey. Allow your life to be a beautiful, living expression of your inner truth. Just absolutely amazing. Let me show. I believe she has affirmations, and I'll leave you with that. This section. I release myself from the pressure of never making a mistake and allow myself to grow and evolve from everything I experience. Absolutely beautiful. Dr. LePera, you are greatly appreciated. I don't know if you will ever see this. This review of yet again another amazing artistic piece of work you have done. So appreciate you and the work that you have done, are doing, and continue to do in the field of mental health and wellness. That was Dr. LePera's How to Meet Yourself, a definitely much needed resource, and indeed an impactful time to read and invest in your energy to do so, to read it and to actually do the exercises laid out in the book. Again, if you are the first 3 folks to chime in here, if you're watching us live in the chat room, I would love to send you a copy of this. First 3 folks would love to see your results as you work through it, if you're willing to share. This is Megan here with Core3 Harmony Wellness Services. I am so honored that you've taken out time to hear what I have to say and to share. And please do reach out. You can email, call, text for a consultation. Services are provided in person if you're close to our office location, as well as remotely. You can see in the background here, we got instruments. And I love making some live music with folks as it's appropriate, helping folks utilize music in a therapeutic aspect and means. Or we can dive into different other approaches that may be also appropriate or a better fit to help you level up, to help you live well, do well, and be well in every area of your life. Here at Core3, our purpose here with this amazing space is to bring you information that is encouraging, uplifting, inspiring, and informative. I am looking forward to our next book review, and I think I have it here. I believe, or no, I don't. It might be at home. Let's see. I don't think I have it here, but Dr. Nidra Tawab, if I'm saying her name correctly, please forgive me. She wrote the book Set Boundaries, Find Peace. She's also written like late towards last year, drama free. And I wanted to do a review of that one. So I think that's going to be on target for next month. So subscribe, stay tuned. And same thing applies. First 3 folks that are here with me live, I'll definitely make sure I figure out how to get a copy of that book to you as well. You're greatly appreciated. Let's wrap this up. Setting high intentions, sending out love and compassion and comfort to all of those in Turkey and Syria affected by the earthquake, sending out love and support to all the rescue workers and everyone helping and looking and seeking for those affected. Sending out all that good, wonderful, loving, high vibe energy. Please remember and know these 3 things: that you matter, you are worthy, and you are oh so loved. Do know that if you're challenged by any one of those 3, reach out to me. I would love to come alongside you to help you understand how all of those things are so true for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. I'll go live and we'll be hitting up again another amazing pioneer, a Black mental health pioneer within the field that really ushered us to where we are today and provided me a place and a platform right now. Thank you so much.